Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the upcoming episode of Unfortunate Love was how Rishi tells Malishka that he will never forget Lakshmi even after he marries Malishka. Then Ayush goes to Lakshmi's house and begs Lakshmi to return to Rishi. So let's continue from there. Ayush cried and asked Lakshmi to come back to Rishi. Lakshmi asks Ayush not to cry and says you don't look nice while crying. Ayush asks what about Rishi? He says even Rishi cries sitting alone and says I have cried hugging you, but who is with Rishi? He has become lonely without you. Ayush asks Lakshmi to realize that Rishi's life is with her and her life is with Rishi even though many difficulties are on their way. Ayush asks Lakshmi to return to his brother and says he wants his sister-in-law's relationship back. Lakshmi says tomorrow, I will come to your house. Ayush gets happy and asks Lakshmi to say that she will come to her own house. Shalu and Bani smiles. Ayush and Shalu hold each other's hand as Ayush hugs Lakshmi happily and Shalu and Bani joins the hug. Later, Shalu and Ayush are talking. Shalu asks Ayush that when will all this end? Ayush says everything would end when my brother and sister-in-law marry each other again. Shalu says they will not accept that they love each other. Ayush says sister-in-law might return to Rishi if she feels jealous and sees that she is losing him. Shalu says to Ayush that Lakshmi left brother-in-law because Lakshmi felt that Malishka should marry him. Ayush says such people gives importance to love, but will bring them on the right path. He says that girl Malishka cannot keep my brother happy. He says until Rishi and Malishka unite, then we will stay strong. And Ayush says that he will leave now. Shalu holds Ayush's hand and says I trust you a lot and says my sister and brother-in-law's relationship is in your hands. Ayush says love wins at the end even if they fight. He says they will unite and if they don't unite, then change my name. Shalu asks should I call you genius or a fool? Ayush says no and says I trust love and two people unite in the midst of troubles. He holds Shalu's cheeks and pulls it just as the bike rider rings the horn and he goes while Shalu thinks that love should win soon. Ayush comes home and says glory to Lord Shiva and he drops the key. Virendra comes there and scolds him as the key would have hit him. Ayush says sorry and asks that was the meeting. Virendra says superb and says everything will be fine with God's blessings. He says we started at the right time and all is well. Shalu and Bani are happy that Lakshmi is going back to the Oberoi house. Lakshmi asks that what is your problem if I stay here and says everything will be fine in few days. Shalu says you don't care about us, but you care for those who doesn't value you and she asks her not to go if she doesn't want to go. Virendra asks Ayush if he is smiling because Lakshmi has returned and says my house respect, my pride and my prestige has returned. Ayush says Lakshmi will come back tomorrow. Virendra says maybe Lakshmi is returning to talk to Rishi because Rishi is getting married. Ayush says this is the last chance for us to make them realize their feelings for each other. Shalu asks Bani to ask Lakshmi why did she leave from the Oberoi house and says Lakshmi worries for Malishka, Neelam and Karishma and she worries for whoever insults her but she doesn't value brother-in-law or others who loves her. Shalu says Lakshmi doesn't care if Malishka ruined brother-in-law's life and she doesn't care for him but Lakshmi says that she cares for Rishi a lot. Rishi hears Virendra telling Ayush that they will try to unite him with Lakshmi and he gets happy knowing that Lakshmi is coming. Lakshmi says to Shalu that she and Rishi are good friends. Shalu says it seems that you are going to meet your love after many years. Lakshmi is upset and she goes. Bani asks Shalu not to get angry with their sister. Shalu says I was just pretending to be angry so that I can make Lakshmi understand. Bani says we should talk to Lakshmi in the morning because if we try to talk to her now, then she will be burst like cooker. She says let's go and sleep and they leave to sleep. Rishi imagines Lakshmi in his room and he dances with her. A song plays in the background. Rishi moves hair from Lakshmi's forehead and says you couldn't stay without me. Lakshmi asks that why are you feeling like this? Rishi says Rishi Oberoi is such and says you love me like I love you. He says dad used to say that I love you, but I realized it much later that I truly love you. Rishi says to Lakshmi that when dad says that you also love Rishi, then it might be true as well. He says even you love me a lot, but you couldn't say it. He pulls her closer and asks her to say I love you Rishi. Lakshmi asks if he heard her. Rishi says you did not say anything till now. Lakshmi smiles and says idiot and it turns out to be Rishi's imagination. Rishi laughs aloud and says he has gone mad thinking that Lakshmi loves him. He says when Lakshmi finally confesses her feelings to me, then I don't know what I will do. He says whatever I will do, it will be the first and the last time that I will do it. And I haven't done anything like that before. He says I love you Lakshmi, and he falls on the bed happily. Malishka gets home and she takes off her earrings and recalls Rishi's words that he will never forget Lakshmi even if he marry Malishka. Malishka says bloody crook Lakshmi and says if you come into my clutches, then I will make you remember your death and your entire family. And then she thinks that she should focus on the things that is necessary. Malishka says to herself that I am marrying Rishi and Rishi is becoming mine, so it doesn't matter if Lakshmi is alive or dead. I should be happy and I should not think about all this. She says I cannot be sad and I should be happy so that I can stay happy and keep my Rishi happy too. In the morning, Rishi gets up and finds himself on Lakshmi's bed. He thinks that how did I come here? And then he thinks that I have come here and then I am still asking myself. He recalls coming to Lakshmi's room in the night and bringing flowers there. He thinks to decorate Lakshmi's room and he started decorating it. He then thinks to change her bed sheet and then he changes it while a song plays in the background. Rishi decorates Lakshmi's room and then he writes welcome home Lakshmi on the paper and he sticks it on the wall. He says Lakshmi and my room is ready even though it is only Lakshmi's room. At Ranu's house, Bani asks Shalu if their sister will confess her feelings to brother-in-law. Lakshmi comes there and she looks at her bag already packed and she comes to Bani and Shalu. Bani asks Lakshmi how many days she is going to spend at the Oberoi's house. Shalu says we will not ask you why you are going and for what and when you will return. She says we will not ask you if you love brother-in-law or not. She says you have come here so that brother-in-law can marry Malishka, and she asks if Lakshmi will allow brother-in-law to be with Malishka. Bani asks Lakshmi to confess her love to brother-in-law and says he will be very much happy. Shalu says you used to risk your life to save him and she asks her to accept that she loves Rishi too. Bani asks Lakshmi to confess her feelings to Rishi and they pleaded with her. Rishi thinks to wear the jacket given to him by Lakshmi. He wears the jacket and says he is looking good. Rishi thinks that the jacket is Lakshmi's choice after all and it is the best. He thinks that he is looking handsome and he is a dashing dude. He imagines Lakshmi in the mirror, signaling to him that he is looking the best and that he should smile. Rishi smiles and gives her a flying kiss, and then he realizes that Malishka is standing behind him and smiling, thinking that Rishi is giving her the flying kiss. So, in case someone wants to ask why Lakshmi has a separate room at the Oberai's house, well, you know that Rishi and Lakshmi are divorced now. Until now, they are yet to get married again. So, Lakshmi has a separate room at the Oberai's house after their divorce. And then, Rishi had already realized his feelings and his love for Lakshmi even before today, like even before this episode. He realized it after their shortly after their divorce. I will update about that. We are about to get to it on the longer version of the update, so you get to know about it in that update. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and share it, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.